some brother to be blocking bullets once you get to Harlem. But that's how well it was done, and I wanted to be a part of it. I got excited reading it, so I knew by the time it stood up with all of these really amazing actors and people who are fun to hang out with, I just wanted to be invited to the party. I'm glad you invited me.
Yeah, you sure did. Frank, also, someone who's had an incredible career. It was such an honor bringing you on the show. Tell us about your first reaction to reading about Scarfe and where it was going to go, and a lot of which we can't actually talk about. But you were also got to be partners with Misty Knight, which probably wasn't the worst thing in the world.
Yes. I felt the same as Alfre did when I read the script. It kind of transported me to another place, and Cheo infused music into the script somehow, and felt the soul of what it was going to have, the soul that it was going to possess, and I was just so thrilled to be a part of the Marvel Universe and to be with these incredible actors, and it really was and is an amazing piece of work.
Thank you. Cheo, a lot of people talk about the music. Tell us about how music plays such a huge role in what we're doing on this. I mean, it's not a musical, but it does have what you and I refer to a musicality.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I call the Wu-Tangification of the Marvel Universe. Meaning that it's got attitude, it's got flavor, it's got a grip, but it's elegant at the same time. One of the things that was really an influence was, well, first off, every single episode was named after a different Gang Starr song. And the reason for that is I wanted the 13 episodes to feel almost like an album. I mean, because back in the day, like when a Prince record came out, or, say for example, something like Ice Cube's Death Certificate came out, you would shut things down and you would listen to the entire record. And so the only time we do that nowadays, I mean, thanks to streaming and everything else, is when you binge watch. It's like, you just want to, it's the only thing now beyond how records used to be, where you sit down and then there's a rhythm to how everything's connected. And so that's really the thing about this show in particular. It's not just in terms of the music and, Ali, Sheikh Muhammad, and Adrian Young's incredible score, and, and a lot of the music that we have, but also just in terms of the pace. I mean, the way that this thing fits together, episodes 1 through 13, it's relentless, and man, it is what it is.
So Mike, I think it's pretty safe to say that people around the world fell in love with you during Jessica Jones. Earlier today we were talking about it, and what's really interesting about your character in Jessica Jones is that you really are seen through Jessica's POV. There weren't Luke Cage scenes, there wasn't a Luke Cage world. And so and you knew when we started out that there was going to be a Luke Cage show. It wasn't like we planned a spin-off and took it out. Everybody knew that Luke and Jessica have a thing, and we wanted to be able to show the thing. But then we came to doing your show. So when we're doing Marvel's Luke Cage, tell us different about how you see your character and the world that you're living in when the story starts up again.
I think, going back to what you said, the POV of Luke Cage through Jessica's eyes, Luke has his own problems, and I think if you watch Jessica Jones, he's hiding a lot of things in the closet, and he didn't care to find out too much about what Jessica was hiding because he didn't want to give too much away for himself. Well, eventually, you find a lot more information when you start watching Luke Cage, the series that we're going to show you on September 30th. There's so much backstory, there's so many things that...
I'm sorry, when is the show on?
Oh, was that a spoiler?
No, not a spoiler. I just like what you're saying.
September 30th?
September 30th? Only on Netflix.
We have a lot of things in store for you guys, for the fanboys, for the people who just want to see some action. We have that for you. A little romance. I mean, it is, like Cheo said earlier, it's a drama first and foremost, and it's set in a superhero world. And I'm so proud of what we've done as a group, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
You know, it's just as you just said, you can't wait for everybody to see. Maybe we should just show them a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to do is that I'm not going to set it up at all. We're going to show you another scene. They don't know what it is, which is the fun of doing this. This is
I can hear the character, and for me, that's always a good sign. And I could tell that he had depth and that he was complicated in his own way, well-intended. But he was just somebody who went about things in a way that is probably different from the common person.
Oh, like this woman is funny, she's fiery, she's a little bit, you know, bold and brash. And then, of course, none of that was in the actual script. But this is this iconic woman who is so strong and self-assured and determined. And to see that, to see a woman who is her own person. She's not the wife, she's not the girlfriend, she is not somebody's side piece or sidekick. She is absolutely her own thing. And for all of the Misty Knight fans out there, you know, this show gives you everything you want with her and more. Like it's insane, the stuff that I would read when I would look at the scripts every week and go, oh my gosh, you guys want me to do this? This is insane. Thank you so much. And then thanking God at the same time, because I'm like, how did they know that I knew how to do this? This is gonna be great. So it was a gift every single day.
And when we meet you, you're actually undercover. Like we don't even know that you are Detective Misty Knight.
No. Misty ain't in her work clothes when you first meet her.
Does anybody want to see Misty in her work clothes? Jenny, I think we have another clip.
I didn't jump that. That's enough.
Mike, how much fun did you have playing the Cage? Tell me what your world is like now that you're Luke Cage. You told me you can't even go down the street. Like you can't even like go to the grocery store.
Some streets I could go down. Harlem, probably down Harlem. I mean, let's be honest. I'm gonna tell you guys what they won't tell you is that it was like 15 degrees that night. I mean, it was so cold.
So cold.
So cold.
And raining.
But, you know, aside from that.
But that's what beautiful cinematography will do for you.
That's what it'll do for you. But it's not all peaches and cream, but I'm enjoying myself. This is a good ride.
I mean, what can he say? He was working with me, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Right here, I can't hear out of this.
What am I doing?
Oh, wait, Jeff, I'm sorry. Can I just take a moment, if you don't mind?
Go right ahead if there's going to be another thing. I know something.
So everybody are so happy that you're here supporting Marvel's Luke Cage, but it's actually somebody's birthday. And we need to wish Frank Whaley.
We should show another clip. Jenny, let it rock. That portrait on the wall has a particular significance to you. Can you tell us a little bit about that picture, which everybody was screaming for just when they saw it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Biggie, you know. Yeah! I was fortunate enough to know him as a journalist back in the day when we went writing Vibe, I was one of the first people to interview him and one of the last people to interview him. And that's the thing, was big. He was such an incredible storyteller with his rhymes, but he also loved gangster movies. And so in a way it was kind of an homage to him, but at the same time also kind of set the vibe of the kind of character that, you know, when Big would tell those stories, Cottonmouth kind of comes to a certain extent from that tradition. So, you know, it was just a natural fit. And plus, I mean, what Paul McGagan did in terms of framing that shot, it's iconic.
You know, one of the incredible things about being on Netflix is that when we premiere on September 30th, it's not just going to be here in the United States, it's worldwide. And so when we do things that are worldwide and we remind ourselves that we are all one people working together in order to make this a better world, one of the things that we try to do is we try to give people here at San Diego Comic-Con something that they're going to get to see, and right after you see this, it's going to go worldwide. For the first time anywhere and then everywhere, you're going to get to see Marvel's Luke Cage teaser for the trailer that is coming. You like it? Jenny, run the teaser.